Ever since he was 7, Gabe Fleischer has been interested in the world of politics. Through his impressive newsletter and a strong following, he has been gaining popularity nationwide.
I kind of always really like to read and write, and so I'd kind of write like little things about politics and kind of send them to my mom, and she started forwarding them to like more and more people, and so kind of grew from there, and from 1 subscriber to 47,000. So
I love Wake Up to Politics. It is entertaining to read. It's interesting. It has all the facts, but it's not dumbed down, and it's easy to understand.
I wake up at 6 and I pretty much immediately start writing, and I write for about an hour and a half, and I click send at 7:30, and then I go off to school.
Well, that's something we talk about a lot, because I do worry he works. He devotes a lot of time to this, aside from all of his homework and schoolwork and sports activities. But he seems to be doing okay.
Recently, I've been interviewed by a lot of big outlets. I interviewed by the New York Times, article that landed in May, which was pretty big, and that led to an interview on CNN, which is also a very big audience, and also the Now This Snapchat story, which I think more of my friends saw. Also recently, Full Frontal with Samantha Bee, late night show on TBS, interviewed by, so I've been able to get in front of a lot of bigger media audiences, which have grown my fan list.
Well, I think it's been very exciting, and we're all very proud of him, because he's working so hard, and I think it's well deserved.
It's really cool to know someone that's been in the New York Times and on CNN.
I mainly focus on national political news, so White House, Congress, Supreme Court, elections, and I try to give my readers what's happening today in all of those categories, and then also what's happened since I sent the last newsletter. And so that often, and one of the things that I include that a lot of other outlets don't, is just kind of the exact schedule for all of those institutions and what they'll be doing in the day ahead, because I think that's very important for people to know what their representatives are doing in Washington. I don't know that my life has changed that much. I like to think that the newsletter hasn't really changed either, but certainly, writing to 2,000 subscribers, which is a lot, when the New York Times article landed, and now about 48,000, is a big difference. And the main thing that's come out of that is just the amount of feedback that I get, and every day just dozens and dozens of emails, some very positive, some very critical, and just that's been a difficult thing to have to fit in too, is kind of looking at those emails and responding to them and taking that feedback seriously, but not always having the time to give thoughtful responses that I would like to. I think I see myself kind of continuing in journalism, and I'd like one day to move to DC and do it there, but whether that's doing my newsletter for a long time or going to a different outlet, I do think journalism is what I'd like to keep doing.
This has been Ryan and Dylan reporting for GET.